This is Dan of Vagabond Awake.
𝗔𝗕𝗢 from Hope Adventure.
And we are in the Philippines.
So excited! Yay!
And we know what you're going through. If you're not in the Philippines yet, you're wondering, what are they talking about? This document, that document? And so we just went through the whole process and we got through the gate.
Yes.
We're in the promised land. And we know you're on the other side, and we want to help you find your way to heaven.
To heaven. To paradise, not heaven.
Paradise.
Yes.
And so we're gonna talk about what they said we needed.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll talk about what we needed at check-in at the airport.
Yes.
And then we'll talk about what they wanted when we arrived.
Yes.
And that's pretty much all. Those are the checkpoints you'll have to go through, where people are going to be going, who are you? Why are you in our country? And all that kind of nonsense. First, you're going to need an onward or a return flight. Airlines always say return, 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 because it's in their benefit. If they can get you to buy a round-trip ticket, they make more money. But the truth is, you just needed an onward flight. It could be to another country with another airline and whatever. But it has to be during the period of time that they're going to give you when you land. In other words, you're going to be given, for visa-free countries, you'll be given, is it 30 days?
30 days.
It's 30 days when you land, which is what we got.
Most of the countries 30 days. So you have to have an onward flight ticket is less than 30 days.
Yeah, it's better to make a day early just in case they're confused, or
yes.
go 2 days early.
And so we will share you the website that we bought our onward flight. It's all in the link in the website.
Right. And so you need an onward or return flight. That's the number one thing. Number two, you need to have 6 months left in your passport.
Okay.
Right now, you needed either a PCR test or an antigen test.
You are lucky you get antigen test, because the new rules is you can get the antigen test before your departure time, 24-hour departure, 24 hours before your departure time. Right.
And when they talk about the hours, they're talking about from the swab time. That's from when they stick the little thing in your nose and get a sample. It has to be, for an antigen test, is 24 hours before your departure time. It's not arrival.
Yeah, and PCR test is 48 hours before your departure time.
And that's when they put the swab in. So,
yes.
And so those are the two kinds of, need one of those. And they have to be a report. It can't be an at-home antigen test, yes. And you come show them that they...
Professional antigen test.
A professional antigen test, yes. Or a professional PCR test.
Yes.
You also need to have $35,000 in COVID insurance, and you have to have a document that shows them that you're covered for $35,000 or more, and that says COVID is insured.
Yes.
Yeah. And we'll show you where we bought ours and what it costs. Mine costs about $100. Chung's costs
$35.
$35. So we'll put that in
yes.
the links below so you can buy that. That's done. Over with. You know how to solve that problem. You also need your vaccine certificate. Now, at this time, there's some talk in the Philippines that you can come not vaccinated. We're talking about what a vaccinated person can do, how to get in. We're both vaccinated. So yes. You need either your vaccine card or your vaccine digital certificate.
Yes.
And this is for visa-free countries that come without a visa, arrive with all the stuff we're saying, mm-hmm. and they're given 30 days. That's visa-free countries we're talking about. Mm-hmm. And the vaccine card, so you have to be from a visa-free country, and your certificate or your card has to be on the list of approved cards or certificates that are accepted by the Philippines, and I'll put a link to that so you can go read and see if your country is accepted.
Yes.
So you need proof of a vaccine, either a card or certificate on the approved list. You also need what's called a One Health Pass.
Yeah, you have to key in all the detail, your PCR test result, and your vaccine certificate, 2 doses, and then and some other thing. Everything will be in the website. Follow the link, and then after you create and key in all the information, you will get a QR code. So you can just print out in a paper or just digital print, screenshot on your phone to show.
Yeah,
that's what you need.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And then you also need the first night, or we booked the first 2 nights accommodations in the city where we landed. You want to stay right near the airport where you landed. We did in Manila because if you try to jump in a taxi and go to another city, there might be some requirements to go to another city. So you want to stay near the airport. We picked an area called 𝗏𝐾𝐿 near Manila, which is right near the airport, and they have the same rules to move about, to get from the airport. And no one, of course, stopped us or whatever because we're in the same region of the Philippines.
You are talking about the domestic travel, right? We will cover that.
Yeah, we'll cover that domestic travel later.
In the other episodes.
We're just trying to get you into the Philippines right
Yes,
now.
we are talking into Philippines.
So, accommodations, 2 nights. That's everything that they said we needed.
Yes.
Before we jumped on a plane.
Yes.
Okay, so what happened when we came to the airport and we wanted to check in? What did they want from us?
First, your passport, and then your vaccine certificate, your onward flight, and your One Health Pass QR code. And
they asked for the insurance, didn't
yes,
they?
Yes, sorry. And they asked for insurance, and they would check out your name and have to be at least $35,000 with coverage the COVID.
Yeah, with COVID. It's got to be in writing on there. Again, the insurance company we use did it. We'll give you that link, and it's not that expensive. So that's what they wanted to check in. They issued us a boarding pass. They took away our luggage, and we went to go take our flight.
Yes.
And then then upon your next thing is going to be what happens on arrival. Well, first on the flight.
The cabin crew will pass you a arrival card, so you need to fill in the arrival cards to save time when you arrive in the airport.
And it's straightforward. It's just like name, very little information.
That's very easy. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that happened on the flight. And then so now we get off the flight. We walk from the airplane and we're walking towards the immigration. And there's 2 checkpoints that we went through there. So the first one, there's a person that asked us for our arrival card, which is the card we filled out.
Yeah, if your cabin crew didn't give you a card, he will give you a card to fill in before you proceed to the next checkpoint.
So bring one of these with you.
Yes, depends.
And then they also asked to see our boarding pass. They wanted to make sure.
No, after the arrival cards one, you fill in everything, then you go to the next checkpoint. And then they will ask you for your One Health Pass QR code, and they need you to scan your QR code. They will check your passport and your boarding pass and everything. They give you a chop, verified in your boarding pass. Then you only go to the next checkpoint,
which is immigration.
Yes.
So there's like a little step between where they just ask for your QR code.
I think it's very organized because they check you for everything, so the immigration have less work.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so they just ask for your arrival card, your boarding pass, and your QR code.
Yeah.
It's kind of like getting you ready for the process, and then you go to immigration.
You go to immigration.
Yeah, and so in immigration, they ask for our passport.
And accommodation,
the 2-night thing we printed out and have for them. And then they wanted to see our onward flight.
Yes.
And did they ask for insurance again? I don't think they did they? No.
No.
Because that's in the One Pass. It's
Yes.
part of what you upload to One Pass. So the first, and that was it, right? And
that's it.
then then we got stamped for our 30 days. Our first 30 days, and we went down an escalator and towards the bottom.
Luggage and boom.
Off we go, yeah. On the way down the escalator at the bottom, there was a military group of men there, and they asked to make sure our boarding pass had a verified stamp on it that Chung mentioned, to make sure we were in the right place and we were allowed to get that luggage. So
I don't know who else can go into the airport. I have no idea.
I don't know either. That spot's very well policed.
There's a lot of checkpoints to check everything.
Yeah, but that was it. And so there was nothing in the list of things that we were told we needed that we could have not bought. We had to buy it all, didn't we?
Yeah, we have to buy it because everything you need to upload in the One Health Pass.
Yeah.
But arrival, they didn't check that.
They didn't necessarily check it all, but you had all the information had to be in that One Pass in order to get the QR code to show to them. And they scanned it, and then they're looking at the screen after so they must be verifying some of it.
They verify from that their lab, the computer, see whether you have vaccine card.
And it was very. How long would you say it took from when we first got to the spot where they asked for our arrival card all the way through immigration?
It's 5 minutes because we are the top 5 one.
Yeah, we ran off that plane. We wanted out of there. We wanted to get into the Philippines.
When we landed, so.
Yeah, and so we picked up our luggage. and then we exited the luggage area and we bought SIM cards.
Yes.
You'll need a SIM card whenever you enter a new country. I talk about that in many places. You throw that in your phone and now you can order a Grab taxi. If you're not familiar with Grab, they're the taxi company, kind of like Uber in the US and in Europe, but they're the ones that handle Asia. And so I think Grab bought Uber from Uber.
In Asia.
And so it's GRAB. So download that app and get ready.
Grab also have in New York.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes.
So Grab, you might be familiar with it then. So you got your SIM card. Now, you're probably not coming to the Philippines just for 30 days.
Yeah.
We're certainly not. And we wanted to start touring around, and we didn't want to, in 30 days from now, worry about get that thing extended. So we immediately, like the next day or the day after?
The next day.
The very next day, we went to the Makati Extension Office, Immigration Extension Office. And what a breeze.
It's very friendly, very fast.
Very organized.
Everything, you just take 5 minutes.
Very nice people.
Boom. When you arrive, the security will ask you to fill out the form, give you the form to fill up. That is for your visa extension.
Yeah.
And then he will tell you to go to which counter to get the extension.
Yeah.
And then from the counter, they will ask, do you want to do express
or
normal?
Or regular?
But we do express because we don't want to come back another time.
Yeah, we'll be out of here in a few days, so we don't want to have to come back to the office in a week. We wanted it right now.
Yeah. So they take our passport and we get all our detail where you stay and blah, blah, blah. And then after that, they give you a receipt, ask you to check your name, and then you process to the payment counter, cashier counter, pay your money, boom. You come back, giving them the receipt, and you get the extension. That's all. Really less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then 5 minutes.
Once we filled out the form, which might have taken 5 minutes, they boom, 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 boom. We weren't standing around at all.
The cost of the extension is 3,000 and 3,000. Just say easy.
Yeah,
easy,
it's 2,000 for regular if you're going to be around for a week, or pay the extra 1,000 if you want to get out. If you want to move.
In 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
you're out of there.
So we pay 3,000. So we get our extension in 5 minutes. Boom.
Now, we would like to have extended longer, but the Philippines rules are that when you're from one of the visa-free countries and you first come to the Philippines, you can immediately fly for that 30-day extension, but not the second or third month. But we're told that next time we go in, we can get more time. So
we will verify the next time. But I will just tell you, when you arrive in Manila, go to the Makati office and then pay the 3,000 peso, which is 3,000 is how much?
1,000 is 20, so $60.
$60.
Yeah.
So it means extension is $40.
Yeah.
Extension is $20. Express is $20. So total is $60 for the 30-day extension.
And now you're here for 60.
Yeah.
Hard to beat that?
It's hard to beat that.
It is a little more than it used to be, but we're happy.
We're happy. And it's very nice and very efficient, very quick. No anything.
Now, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe because next we're going to tell you about what you need to start thinking about once you get on the ground in order to move between cities. So,
yes.
And also, like I mentioned before, all of the links to all of these things, the insurance and where to find out if you're in a visa-free country, blah, 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 all of that will be on the webpage. Just click the top link in the notes below this video and it'll take you to my webpage, which will have all the information that you need to make this easier on your life.
Well, we are in our paradise. Have you? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.